bye week. We expect them to be rested and well prepared. And again, going back to November, it's always been really an important month, I think, for every football team, certainly, and it's all about how you finish. That's really important in any season. So as we move forward, we're going to have to be at our best. Certainly, we realize that. We got a real big challenge on our hands. Need to have a great week of preparation. I think we're off to a healthy start so far, but a couple big days ahead still. So we've got work to do, and we're trying to get ready for another tough road contest and conference play. I'll throw it out for questions.
Kirk, even with Jordan's status in doubt, it must be comforting to know that you have at least 3 guys that have proven that they can run the ball well in the Big Ten.
We caught a break getting LaShawn back, and I thought LaShawn looked like the way we had hoped last Saturday. So that was one of the positives of the game, certainly. And the other good news is, and it's kind of true of all of our injury situations, at least we've had guys step up and do a nice job. So whether it's Sean Welsh sliding out to tackle and playing well, certainly Akram Wadley coming in and doing a good job, and Derek Mitchell's done a good job the last 2 games. So one thing about injuries, they force you to develop them, and the credit goes to our players that have stepped in and done a good job when they're called upon.
How do you replicate their speed and tempo from the scout team?
It's really difficult, and that's one of the challenges when you play a tempo team. Mm-hmm. It's hard to get a good quality look from scout teams in general, no matter what the opposition may do, or a team like Georgia Tech, for instance. Right. So it's kind of a similar challenge in that to duplicate that tempo the way they do it with their proficiency, you can't do it. It's not realistic. So the onus really falls on our players to really do a great job of concentrating, and on Saturday they're going to have to do a wonderful job with communication, getting the calls, communicating with each other, and doing it at a really quick rate, because it happens fast.
And they got the trigger man too that gets the ball out of his hands fast, and he can hit about any spot on the field.
He knows how to operate that offense really well, and to your point, he can make all the throws that you have to make, and does a really good job with that. And then they've got a good running team. With a lot of times you play teams that are kind of one-dimensional, but they're hardly that. They do a really nice job. And again, I'd go back to their offensive line. I think they're really well coached. They do a good job, and that gives them a chance to operate professionally, run and pass.
What do you think Norm Parker would say about this defense? Would he love coaching this team?
Yeah, I think he would. Thus far, at least, the guys have really played hard. And I go back to 2008. It's a quote that he had back in August of 2008. He looked at our team and said, we just got a lot of good players. Not like we have a major superstar. Sean Green emerged out of that group, but back in preseason, nobody really saw that coming necessarily. And I think if you talk about our defense, and probably our whole football team, but certainly our defense, that's really what we are right now. We got a bunch of guys that play really well together, and the collection of the parts is probably more impressive than any one individual. But that's the beauty of football.